Welcome back for another video. In this series we look at the top players for predicted points to make your transfer plans and captaincy easier. Make data-backed decisions to maximise your chance of success. We also cover all the key talking points, considerations, and we look at the top players by position. We've also included the predicted points for the next 4 game weeks because we don't just want a player to have an immediate impact, we want them to be reliable for us longer term. Let's start with the goalkeepers, and the double game week keepers Pickford and Pope are tied on top with 7.1 predicted points. Everton overall have been really poor defensively under Lampard, but they were able to shut Newcastle out in Game Week 30 before the break. Everton have 2 postponements too, which in my opinion makes Pickford an option, as he could have a double game week in 36 consisting of Leicester and Crystal Palace, and then another double game week in Game Week 37 against Brentford and Watford. This game week Everton have 2 away games against West Ham and Burnley, and it's crucial they pick up points with some tough fixtures elsewhere. Burnley also double in Game Week 33, and they're likely to double in Game Week 34 or 35 too, which also makes Pope an option. At this point in the season, players we pick up could be season keepers, so 3 guaranteed double game weeks over the remaining 8 game weeks isn't bad at all. Alisson and Ederson make their list as expected, though very pricey for what they offer, and it's the outfield players from either team that we should be looking at. Sanchez was withdrawn from international duty with Spain, which is something to keep an eye on in case he misses Game Week 31. Brighton have an awful double Game Week 33, and they shouldn't have any double game weeks elsewhere either. Next up, the defenders, and Robertson's top for Game Week 31 with 6.2 predicted points. With Trent withdrawn from international duty with a hamstring injury, he doesn't make the list, but if Klopp confirms that he's ready, then he'll be among the top for defenders again. Over the season, Robertson has 1 goal and 11 assists, while Trent has 2 goals and 11 assists, so their output has been very comparable, and we've discussed in past videos how the double up for the remainder of the season looks very viable. Coleman is the only Everton player to make the list, but likely an avoid as there's some risk with the Everton players. Perhaps Kenny could get a game in right back. Game Week 31 will be a nerve-wracking game week for any of us who don't own Man City players. Man City faced Burnley, and in their last 10 meetups, Man City have scored 30 times, only conceded 3 times, and they've kept 7 clean sheets. Connor Roberts has seen a price drop to 4.4, and we discussed the double game weeks to come for Burnley, which does still make him one to consider. In between Burnley's double game week 31 and double game week 33, they face Norwich, which is a good fixture too, and they'll likely have a further double game week immediately after in game week 34 or 35. If you found this video useful so far, please drop it a like to support the channel. Onto the midfielders, and Mo Salah is back on top. It's an outstanding fixture for Liverpool facing Watford at Anfield, and he's a standout captain for this one. You probably can't draw too many conclusions due to the sheer number of managers Watford have had, but in Salah's last 7 games against the Hornets he has 9 goals and 3 assists. Son has given us something to think about after his haul in Game Week 30, scoring twice against West Ham for a 15-pointer. He's got 6 predicted points for the home game against Newcastle. Newcastle were a team to target before Howe's appointment, but they're a trickier team to predict under the recent resurgence. Nonetheless, you'd back Spurs to win and Son or Kane to be involved. Gray and Decore make the list, but they are avoids in my opinion, as seen by their long-term predicted points for the next 4. If Man City continue their trend of dominance against Burnley, then it could be a massive game for De Bruyne. Burnley play with a low block which can suit KDB with plenty of chances to create. He's only 7.3% owned, and if you need a big differential for the tail end of the season, he might be the man. It's a familiar name on top among the forwards, Weghorst. He was top in double game week 27 too, but bitterly disappointed with a 3-pointer. He's had a price drop to 6.4, and although he's not picked up a return for a while, you could make the case that the forwards in general have been underwhelming, so he's still one to consider with his double game weeks in mind over the next 3. Kane looks back to his best. Over the last 7 games played, he has 7 goals and 4 assists. Spurs will get a double game week, which should fall in Game Week 36, though it will be a tough double against Liverpool and Arsenal. Regardless, he's a great pick for the remainder of the season. Ronaldo has come back into our thinking too after his hat-trick before the break. In addition to that, Man United have a confirmed double game week in 33, the first game of which is Norwich at home. He could be the best captain option for that game week, but it's very tricky to find room for the likes of Salah, Kane, Son, Ronaldo, and the premium defenders like Trent, Robbo and Cancelo. Richarlison has 6.5 predicted points, and he could be a differential to consider, particularly if you still have your wildcard, as you can afford to take a short-term punt and then reverse out of it. There's no better opportunity to take a short-term punt than in a double game week. Calvert-Lewin is the other option, but I'd personally avoid. His last goal came all the way back in Game Week 3, which says it all. That wraps up today's video, thanks for watching. Before you go, please drop it a like if you found it useful. I read every comment, so leave one below and I'll be sure to read it. See you soon for the next one.